What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? I'm your host, ThatChickAngel, also known as Angel Akita Moore, Angel Akita Tanksley, all the things. And I am joined by my husband of 13 years and co-host,
Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Marcusing on the gram, Tank, all of that jazz.
We are a weekly podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, first of all, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate
y'all joining us, family.
Make sure you are rating and reviewing us wherever you are listening to us. Also, if you want to see us, we are on YouTube at ThatChickAngel TV, where you can watch all of the shenanigans. Or if you want to see the behind the scenes, we struggling just to figure out how to press record and how to get the lighting right and all that other stuff and the sound, you can join our Patreon for the low of $5, which is 16 cents a day at www.patreon.com/ThatChickAngel. So shout out to our Patreon who is watching live, commenting right now, live, yes, they're giving us the emojis.
They may change the complete direction of the topic, anything. We try to respond to them. We make them part of this because they are part of it.
Absolutely.
What's happening, Patreon?
And we also want to give a huge shout out to our 3 sponsors of today's episode. We have Hydrant, Philo, and Barefoot. We'll tell you more about those sponsors later on in the podcast. But first, we're going to jump into our first segment, which we like to call In My Feelings. This is what's got you feeling either really good or it's got you feeling some type of way. Because we all know life has been throwing some stuff at us that just, it either be a blessing or you just like the devil is working overtime today. Like this baby. Come here. If you're watching, you can see that my youngest son, Amar, is joining us as our other co-host. And if you're listening, he's not loud yet, but don't worry. You'll hear him here soon. Yeah. So, babe, what's got you in your feelings? So what's got me feeling good is that, okay, so I paid my dues. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. But I was not a financial member for a while because part of that being that I kept having children and I just was not allocating the funds, right? So over quarantine, the Lord has blessed me to be able to work consistently. So I paid my dues. And y'all, I'm getting me some paraphernalia. You hear me? I actually just went and drove by Sora's house right before this podcast because she had a whole bunch of paraphernalia, new paraphernalia, that she couldn't fit because her bosoms were too big and it was just too much stuff. And I don't know if y'all know this, paraphernalia be costing so much money. It be costing. That word around. I know you, but I'm using it correctly. Marcus uses the word paraphernalia for any and everything.
Because everything can be paraphernalia depending on what it is.
Boy.
And there he goes.
Boy. So yeah, I got me some cute sweaters, some journals, a bunch of stuff. I was like, listen, I'm about to be active on the Zoom and cute down you because I can't go to no events. We ain't having no in-person events. But I'll be on the Zoom looking real studious, looking real Osceola McCarthy Adams like.
Looking like you've been financial all these years.
Yes, because I want to be one of those older Deltas that are like very all about the protocol.
Did you just cross?
I know, right? But that's how the Neos in like Delta Deers, they be Delta out. They be having on the Delta shoes, the Delta umbrella. Hey, sorors, how all my sorors that are out there? Hello to all the Divine Nine. Delta Deer? Delta Deers are those over the age of 65. We show them preference, you know, all that, like they get to sit up front and things. I want to be that with the pearls. The red nails, the red lipstick, talking about when we come together for Delta business, we come to unify, and educate and sisterly love. I want to be that one. Yes, Risha's mama is a Delta Deer, and she was excited about the day. She got her red scooter, so she be driving her little red rascal to the events. I'm here for all of it. So yeah, that's got me feeling good, is that I now have some really nice nail. I have some more on the way. And I'm about to, the only thing I don't have is like any type of Delta shoe. Like I would love a Delta house slipper. I would love something like that. That would be cute.
I remember I was at a What is it? A probate when y'all come out?
You go.
Yeah, my friend, she's an AKA, and they were coming out, and they were taking
the AKAs
pictures.
were coming out.
Yeah, and they were taking pictures, you know, holding up the little hand sign, and it was like 4 of them, and they couldn't get it right.
They couldn't get their pinky up?
Yeah, and I don't know what they were doing. They were trying to I said, now y'all coming out, y'all supposed to know that stuff by now, I'm pretty sure. And it must have been one of the AKA deals, whatever you want to call them. She was like, you don't disrespect these ladies like that. They are getting it together. I was like, you probably one of them that don't nobody like, ain't you?
So stupid.
Because she ain't have to come to me. I'm like, lady, you don't know me. I could care less about any of this right now. Don't have me disrespectful up in here for real, for real.
Never for real, for real. So what you...
Yeah, they be taking it serious.
Because I gave you enough time to think of something.
I already had something. I just wanted you to talk.
Okay, so I'm saying, go ahead. Give it to him.
Yeah, Angel been on one, boy.
How sway?
Y'all, most of y'all probably already know the Mustang, it's got some things going on. I've been operating on it for the past 2 days. She ain't starting. To fix your eyebrows. She ain't starting. It's a few things, but I see some light at the end of the tunnel. Like I said, I got one more thing I'm going to attempt before I just like, all right, I'm just going to drop it off at Steve's house.
Real quick, just in case, you're talking as if all of this audience knows about...
I'm about to get to that.
No, that you have a Mustang and a 69.
I'm about to get to that.
Oh.
Like I said, y'all, on one. Yeah, so I'm about to take it to my boy Steve. So my boy Steve, he been rebuilding cars. I have a 1969 Mustang Grande that's my little toy. That's my little investment. Much as Angel don't want to admit it. But no, it's as usual, you know, it's the type of things that happen with those school vehicles. It's I didn't know if it was the starter, the battery, electrical connection. So I just been working on that. I started off Saturday morning, got up early, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a cruise before the family wake up. Ain't no traffic, just cruise, come on back to the house, get the day started. And I backed it out of the garage, went to start it, and it was making noises that I did not like to hear. So from there, I just started working on it. And been working on it ever since. Got some pointers from my mechanic. Like I said, I'm going to try one more thing before I'm like, all right, I'm just going to drop it off at your house, and when you can get to it, it'll be there. But that's got me feeling one way. Okay,
before we talk about what's got me feeling some type of way, what have I been on? What are you referring to?
I don't know, but it's okay.
No.
Hey, I understand. Yourself. I respect you.
Explain yourself.
And what you going through or what you might be going through.
No, really, explain yourself.
Ain't nothing, girl. God dang.
Were you kidding? That's what I'm saying. Explain yourself. Then just say you were kidding.
Usually you know if I'm kidding. Oh, my God. Go. What's got you feeling good?
Don't try to deflect and make it seem
what's got
like
you in your
I am
feelings?
tripping.
You usually tripping.
I'm not, though. I wanted to know what was up. Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him, so I just wanted a full explanation. Really? Shoot. What's got me in my feelings is setting this stuff up by myself.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a lot. I was hoping that I was going to walk in and so at least your chair was already going to be here. Like something.
The chair is nothing. I get that on my way in here anyway. It's fine.
Okay, still.
I grabbed the battery, put some juice on it. The rest of this, I don't even know what to do. If I start messing with this, getting it the way I want, you're just gonna come change it anyway.
You could always find the tripod for the second camera if it's not in here.
It's not gonna be in here, and I wouldn't know where to find that.
I don't be knowing either. I just have to hunt.
Well, you know what will fix that?
What?
If you would just put it back. If it had a space.
That's not what. You don't even know what the problem is.
What's the problem?
Your children come in here and take things out of this room. That's the reason why I can't find my red camera, my red phone.
You know what to fix that?
What?
Making them fearful of losing your stuff.
Oh, okay.
They'll lose my stuff. They say that's daddy.
Let me tell y'all what my kids do, and that's actually a part of today's topic, is our children. But one thing that my kids do, I said I will literally be gone out of the house. And my oldest has an iPad now. So he's able to communicate with me via iMessage. So basically like a text message. Now as if he had a phone. He will literally text me questions that he could get an answer from his father from.
That's exciting for him.
No, but like I'm like, Marcus, ask your dad. He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, why?
I don't know. That's on them. Ain't like I told him, make sure you text your mom if you want something.
I know that's not the case, but...
Because I tell them, it's like, why didn't you just say something to me?
It's because they don't like you like that. No, I'm just playing. No,
feelings mutual.
Oh, see, it's rude. That's so rude. Now, before we fully jump into this topic, you got to say what had you feeling good. But before you go into what had you feeling good, let's go into what has us feeling good, which is our first sponsor. Our first sponsor is Hydrant. Okay, now listen. Drinking enough water is critical for a healthy lifestyle. It increases your brain power and boosts your productivity. It prevents headaches and increases your focus. It improves your skin and your mood. It helps your digestive system and gives you energy. It prevents bad breath. Come on, somebody. And it can even help you lose weight. But how much water should you drink each day? 10 cups, a gallon? The good news is that it doesn't have to be complicated. Hydrant helps you hydrate faster. Hydrant has created a refreshing electrolyte powder that you mix directly into water to more efficiently and effectively hydrate your body. It hydrates you quickly and keeps you going for longer. Each rapid hydration mix has the 4 essential electrolytes your body needs: sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc. And it's packed a punch to help your body hydrate fast and stay hydrated. And Hydrant is backed by research. The formula was developed by an Oxford scientist. Made with real fruit juice powder, it's delicious and refreshing and comes in a variety of flavors, including new keto-friendly lemonade and pink grapefruit with no sugar added. Only 2 grams of carbs. My favorite flavor is the lemonade. I love lemonade in general and real life. In real life. So you give me lemonade and something that I'm supposed to be drinking, I'm here for it. Hydrant just introduced its new immunity line, available either lemon ginger or hot apple cider, with 1,000 plus milligrams of vitamin C plus B6, B12, and D essential vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes with ginger and zinc. Strengthen your routine no matter the season. It's total immune support. Now, y'all know it is important to support your immune system in this day and age. You got to really be taking care of yourself, and Hydrant wants to help you with that. Okay, Plus is back with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't love it, send it back for a full refund. We've got a special deal for our listeners to save 25% off your first order. Go to drinkhydrant.com/argue. Or enter our promo code argue at the checkout. That's Drink Hydrant, so drinkhydrant.com/argue. And enter promo code argue for 25% off your first order. Drinkhydrant.com/argue and enter promo code argue to save 25%. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast, Hydrant, where water meets wellness. What?
Nothing.
What? I'm just asking you what?
Nothing.
You were looking at me some type of way, so
I was wondering how long you gonna have the editor looking at your titty.
Oh well, he gonna have to blur it out. The baby is on here. It's a lot. The people, I hope y'all understand. I'm over here breastfeeding, doing all the technical stuff, and reading the ads.
You Wonder Woman?
No, I don't want to have to be, though.
You don't?
I do not.
All right.
I don't mind being a little Lois Lane.
All right.
Okay? Yeah. So, tell them. Tell them what's got you feeling good, baby.
Life, y'all. Life's got me feeling great. You know what? That's what it is.
We are falling apart this podcast, if y'all can't see. What is happening? What's going on?
Ain't nothing going on.
You sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
I feel as though we are not on one accord. And
we're definitely not on one accord.
Okay, that's
but that don't mean I'm feeling some type of way.
No, I'm not. Oh, Jesus, that's not. I'm saying, what's going on? Why are we not on one accord?
I don't know. You are the scientist when it comes to feelings and relationship. Like, you always know, well, this is feeling this way probably because of that. I don't be thinking that deep.
Well,
I wouldn't even know how to articulate that. You, on the other hand, would.
You want to try articulating?
Nah, like, I don't know. I'm just knowing.
I mean, because this podcast is over here falling off the rails, and I just need for you to at least help me tap in to what it is. They said we got to start praying before the podcast. They said you need some magnesium. You need some magnesium. Are you tired?
Of course I'm tired.
Okay.
You saw how tired I was. I was laying down when you came home.
A lot of times you be on the tired end before we start, but I'm just like, I'm like, argue? You looking at me like...
I just look. This is one of those situations where there's nothing I can do or say is going to be a problem.
No, you could easily say, my bad, I just blanked. Like, I was reading the thing and I was like, argue, and you were like...
Well, you've done that before too. You wasn't blanking. You just forgot to say argue. Remember I told you it's like, when you repeat something over and over and I don't get that second, or you didn't... That happened to you this time. It's fine. I didn't think you blanked out. I didn't blank out. I just forgot to say argue.
Okay.
I just explained that. That's all I was doing.
This is what I'm saying. This is the discussion that I want to have happen. It doesn't have to be, I'm like, oh, was it that you blanked out? What is it? And so you just told me, no, it wasn't you blanking out. Yeah. You just forgot. I did not know that until this moment.
All right. Knowing is half battle.
Y'all see he's not trying to give me nothing.
Oh my, see? Y'all see what there's nothing. I just explained myself. And even though I explained myself, I still can't get it right. There's nothing I can do or say to do anything right in this moment.
That's a lie.
You just said that. You see I can't get nothing out of it?
No.
Did you just say that? Did I misunderstand that?
Yes.
So what aren't you getting out of me?
Is when I said, let's figure this out. The first thing you said was, you're the scientist.
No, you said, well, what is it? I was like, I don't know. I just know I recognize that we weren't on one accord.
Okay. Let's try to get on one accord. Tell us what's got you feeling good so we can move
on. Well, it ain't no more. No. Everything's got me feeling. Even the car's got me feeling good. That's what's got me feeling good. Is I'm not even mad about the car.
Oh, Natasha, get used to the awkwardness, honey.
Oh yeah, Natasha, you in the wrong place if you don't want awkwardness. Look, if you in Patreon, you part of the family. Deal with it. This is your cousins or auntie and uncle getting into it. This is what we do. We ain't all, oh, you're the sun and shining stars. I love you so much. Oh, this woman.
Girl,
we don't do that. You better get on up out of here. This is realness over here.
No, stay in it. Stay in the awkwardness with us, girl. That's how you end up feeling like your family.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if you ain't in no relationship, you're going to be like, well, this ain't normal to argue. You better argue. Get that off your chest. Be pent up. Then y'all be ready to slice each other's throats 15 years in.
Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Nah, even the Mustang ain't got me feeling like mad or nothing. I'm just like, it is what it is. I know it's a fixable problem and it's going to get fixed. I'm just happy I learned the things that I learned while troubleshooting this weekend.
I still don't know how you be figuring that stuff out.
Honestly, me either. It's same with this. All that stuff you do, how you figure this out? How did you realize this little thing that's counting and ticking and all the sound waves? How did you figure out how to do all that and edit?
I Google stuff.
Same here.
Marcus, some of that stuff you didn't Google. You just...
Some of the stuff you don't Google and YouTube everything. You be figuring stuff out too.
Oh.
It's lit like... That's why I always tell Angel, don't put me on this pedestal of figuring stuff out that I've never done before or build stuff or anything. Like, oh my God, how did you do that? I'm like, you do this, you literally do the same exact thing.
But I literally am like putting myself in a class to figure this out. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll keep Googling stuff until I learn it. I feel like there's stuff about cars that you never Googled.
Because a lot of it is just mechanical. You know, if this goes that way and it hits that next thing's got to go that way too.
What is?
Get out of here.
What do you mean?
It's like, you know, if you have a battery, I'm just going to break this this simple circuit. If you have a battery and a thing called a starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a battery always has two leads, a positive and a negative.
Okay.
And if anything connected to that should have a positive and a negative. And if you troubleshooting across something and it don't, you know there's a disconnect right there. So what's the problem? Is that simple?
If you think I understood that, that's so sweet.
All right, here's the thing. When you be troubleshooting this, I never see you Googling anything.
Because I've had to
anything.
Google it prior to the moment.
Last week, when you went through all that shenanigans before we did that live.
Prior to the moment.
Okay.
I promise you. Googled prior to the moment. That's the only reason why I knew the answer.
All right, but you figured it out, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying that you don't be Googling. You just be like...
You don't be Googling everything.
I promise you.
Hey, the stuff that I've seen Angel do, there is not enough time in the day to Google there's not enough time in the year to Google all the stuff that I see her do. I know that for a fact.
No, I promise you, everything I've learned is because of Google or YouTube.
Me too.
But no, you be coming in. This is how I know that's not the case. Marcus, you don't be online.
Y'all see how we arguing about boasting each other? Like, for real, it's like, you smart. No, you smart. Shut up. You smart. Your mama smart too.
Stupid. But okay,
like
so,
all of this, ain't no way I'd be able to figure this out.
Yes, you could. Easily.
What's all this crap down here with these dials and stuff?
I don't know. I don't understand any of that. This is how I know Marcus is saying some old BS. Marcus used to make music on his computer.
Y'all want to hear my beats? I got beats, y'all.
This is a
Beats by Tank.
Way easier software, and we're only using the one portion I know how to use.
No, y'all, and you know good and well.
GarageBand is the simplest, like, sound capturing.
All I was doing was taking samples of different things and putting them on one thing.
Okay, and all I did
was
was
the same way.
Right. So I'm saying you would know how to do this because all I did was press record.
No, but I didn't have mine hooked up to nothing. It's still in that goddamn laptop that I got to start with a butter knife. This stuff right here is hooked up. You uploading, downloading, bringing in other stuff, putting up pics. I didn't do none of that. All my beats still look like that red line right there.
They want to know what beat software were you using.
What was it called? Sequel 2. Sequel 2.
Marcus is going to...
Butter knife or just a regular knife.
For Patreon only, we're going to try to get Marcus's old beats up. We're going to have a silent listening party to Marcus's beats.
Yeah, I remember Fruity Loops back in the day.
Was that a beat?
That was a beat
maker?
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so... You still didn't really say what had you feeling good. You went back to...
I just said that I said that I feel good because that doesn't have me feel bad. I feel good that I learned so much.
Oh, that you learned so much. This weekend. Okay.
She don't be listening to me, yeah.
I do. Oh.
Feel so hurt. Feel so used. Use me for my sex on the podcast. That's it.
I'm not going to clap back at you. I could, and it's not going to be nice. Scoot back some so your head won't get cut off in the frame. So, the topic...
You be close to the mic?
No, we're good. We don't have to be that close. The topic of today's podcast...
Did you say what's got you feeling good? Oh, what's got you in your feelings?
Yeah, I said putting all this together by myself. So, what's the topic... The topic of today's podcast... I wanted to do our children. Like we, usually have the segment of the Tanksley Pride, but I wanted to go a little more in depth. So for those of y'all listening for the first time, we're the parents of 4 boys. The oldest being 11, the youngest being 1. He's the one that's asleep in my lap currently. And we have been, I feel like, flying at the seat of our pants when it comes to our parenting and our kids. But like, what would you say, Marcus, as far as in like your parenting, that you just like, I do that pretty good, or I suck at that?
I suck at getting into what they're into. Like participating with them in the things that they're into. I know I'm no good at that. Well, Marcus, he makes no effort to pull anybody into his stuff except for when they want to put their video games like on my TV in the den. That's the only time I feel like I'm killing it. I'm killing the game right now. Is when I'm playing the video games with them. But I have no desire to play any of that stuff with them. Like I try to every now and then. I try to sit down and like watch one of their TV shows with them. But I do notice the stuff that that I'm into that's educational that I watch, and every now and then they'll get into it for like a short spurt of time because nothing's gonna hold their attention that really ain't a cartoon. Yeah, but yeah, that's why I say it's like I know I suck. I ain't gonna say because I don't even know how other fathers do it or if they do a good job, but I don't compare myself. I just know I would like to be better in that.
I feel the same way. I feel like I do a lot for my kids, but I don't do a lot with my kids. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff that I do throughout my day, outside of like business, is for my children, and I just don't feel like I ever have time. Like, Sai is constantly asking for me to play a game with him.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't feel like it. But, yes, as Key T says, being present. Like, let me tell you, I spent hours upon hours and hours getting research in about schools for them, figuring out what school they would be at. I attend the school conferences, all that stuff. And these are things that do not benefit me personally. It literally only benefits, hopefully, their educational experience.
And they have no recollection of Angel doing any of that stuff. Or they could care less.
They truly possibly could care less. However, when it comes to actually doing the things, and I do try to create, like, don't get me wrong, I do try to create moments.
You definitely do a good job of creating moments for them.
But that, like, every day, like...
No, not daily.
No, of course. But that every day, I feel... I don't know if the word is just so depleted. It takes a lot of energy to do some of the things. But, like... So, I feel like the last thing I did with them... Like, I feel like during some of quarantine, like, I taught them how to play chess. I played
all those board games and stuff when we started.
I played Monopoly with them, but like
we played
now,
Uno.
and even if we do a movie together, more than likely I'm gonna be into my phone. I ain't gonna really be into the movie the way I should be. So I don't know. I feel like I know there's a way. Like when I look at, I'm not your typical stay-at-home mom because. Well, one, I'm working from home. I'm not just staying at home. And then even like with Amar, like I'm always kissing on him, loving on him and stuff. But as far as in like the sitting down, let's get our little cards. Let's help you learn something. Like Amar don't even have a favorite show to watch because I don't even.
Yeah, he does.
What does he like?
Coco Lemon.
Well, that's because of his cousin Victory. That wasn't because of us.
Oh, I know. I didn't say it was our thing, but he does have a show he likes. Actually, he likes anything. A lot of things grab his attention. It just doesn't hold his attention unless he's tired.
And it's not that I want him watching TV like that, but it's like not at all. I don't have a thing that I can say, oh, yes, this is what I do with Amar that he loves doing, other than holding him, like, and nursing him.
Yeah. No, like, before quarantine, one of my favorite things to do with the kids, which I felt was our moment, I would go take them bike riding. Like around the neighborhood, and that was one of the things where it's like, because they got to see more of the neighborhood, because usually it was either away from the house or just right in front of our house in the backyard. So we would go, riding our bikes around the neighborhood. They would come back, and I could tell they were excited, even though they didn't say a lot during the time, because mostly me trying to make sure they ain't riding out in the street or about to get hit by somebody backing out of their driveway or something. Mm-hmm. That was just a stress on me, but like. I remember the one time we went out and we ended up eating across the street, and the first thing they did when they got back was like, "Daddy, let us cross the street," because it was like a big moment for them because they got to ride their bike in the street. It wasn't like a busy street; it was a residential street. We just needed to go to the other sidewalk. But that's I like doing stuff outside. Mm-hmm. I'm not that the whole video game. I'll never be into that for real. Not consistently. But definitely being outside with them, doing things outside. When we're outside, I'm like, dude, I just wish we had a bigger yard. I think that's a big hinder too. Right now, I'm just like, y'all just need to go run some of this energy, y'all. But it's not the same because we dealing with this whole pandemic. It's, you know, I don't feel comfortable taking them up and down the sidewalk or down the street. I remember earlier on in the quarantine that we let them ride up and down the sidewalk, and apparently some dude down the street like gave the twins high fives. I wanted to go down there and like snap his freaking neck in half. Like, I'm like, why are you really
during COVID?
During COVID to kids?
Like,
and I was like, Mark, take me down here and show me this dude. And they was like, no, don't go down there.
No, because Daddy ain't gonna come back.
No, I'm gonna come back. I just probably won't stay here. Red and blue's gonna roll up.
But so like, as far as in your children, like, what do you wish for each of them? Like, when you see them now, and like, you kind of can foresee what some of their struggles might be. They're not fully grown into themselves, so some things they might grow out of. But what do you feel like you wish for them?
It's extreme. I feel it's extremely early for the twins. But like for Marcus, I wish for him to find what he's truly passionate about, and to thrive in it. You know,
I mean, that's for all of my kids.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, that's all of them. But him, like, losing that shyness, you know, that he has a shy, and a lot like me, like when I was that age, I think I still do it, is like, he questions himself, you know, and I want him to move forth with confidence. You know, like, the way he does when he's into something. Like, you can't tell, when he's into something, you can't tell him nothing about that thing. Like, you got to prove to him, like, no, you think that's a better way? How? Like, and I want him to, even with things that this is something I need to do too, even in things that he's not 100% sure, go with it and then fix the failure, if it's a failure. Yeah. And then the twins, I just feel like it's way too early. Like, they were different in January than what they are now. So it's not like I have, well, I would like them to do this or do that or start doing this. I just feel like it's kind of early.
You know, for little Marcus, I think for me, it's more so like not allowing his weaknesses to be a crutch for him. Like, I am very much so, I let him know, like, okay, yeah, you've been diagnosed with dyslexia. This is what that means. This is...
Real quick, somebody said Marcus isn't shy. He talks to us very well. That's because you all are theoretical. You're not standing in front of him as a person.
I don't think he's actually that shy.
You don't think so? I think he is.
No, little Marcus has sang in front of crowds. He's talked in front of crowds. He talks very articulately when he gets in front of crowds. He doesn't back away too much.
To me, it's still something about him that seems shy.
Well, it's because you don't see the confidence in him when he does it.
Maybe
like, he's willing to do it, but he sometimes doesn't go about it like with a lot of like boldness. Yeah. But I think so sometimes he will use what he knows is a weakness as a crutch. And I know I can do that sometimes with myself, and I don't want him to have to deal with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because I'm like, oh, well, I'm not really good at that, so I can't really do that. And it just like, it doesn't matter sometimes if you're not good at it. If it's like something that you should be doing or want to do, just do it inside of your weakness. It's fine. Like, it's okay. What you think might be weak, some other people might not even care about, like, at all. Right.
And again, he's just 11, so it's not like, you know, he's late teens going through this. He's just an 11-year-old kid, so he's got plenty of time to.
But like that, he'll use an excuse. Well, you know, because I have dyslexia, and I'm like, boy, I had it all my life and didn't know.
Apparently, we all got it.
So I'm like, go ahead and write down your thoughts or talk out your thoughts. I don't care if all of it is spelled wrong. At least do the work or whatever. Yeah. So. That, and yes, the same thing of him, you know, I don't think we were taught to dream big, because even though my mother is a big dreamer, it's still, she was an anomaly in my life as far as me being an actress is because of her having the ability to dream big. But there are people who are dreaming bigger than us, and I specifically want that for him because he's a little bit closer to us than the twins. By the time we reach the level of success that we're going to reach, that is all the twins are going to remember. Little Marcus already has memories like strongly implanted, so he sees the work and everything. Where I know with the twins, I feel like it'll be a thing of they don't know anything else. But before we continue with that, let's go and talk about our next sponsor right now. Super excited about talking about Philo. I've actually got to work with them a long time ago, not on the podcast. So I was already a fan and excited when they were like, we want to collab and sponsor a podcast episode. So it's pronounced Philo. Philo, Philo. Philo is TV for everyone. Love TV but hate the size of your cable bill? Oh my gosh. We cut that cable off.
We got rid of that cable swiftly. We
were like, Well, Philo is your solution. Philo is live and on demand for just $20 a month. It's the best way to watch.
$20 a month?
20. Honey, you heard me. It's the best way to be able to watch things like, if you're the person that likes some, like, you know, some good ratchet TV, you can watch Jersey Shore, Family Vacation, plus anything else on MTV, VH1, Nickelodeon, Food Network, and more than 50 other channels. If you love reality TV, kids shows, home improvement, or drama, Philo has you covered. They even have classics like one of Marcus's favorite sitcoms. What classic am I talking about?
Martin.
They got Martin.
Hey.
They got Fresh Prince. They got Friends.
Hey.
They got The Office.
Hey.
So save hundreds a month on TV. It's most affordable way. It is the most affordable way to watch at a time when everyone could use some entertainment in their life. No contracts. Cut the cord. It was cord free, commitment free, hassle free, and unparalleled customer service. Philo has unlimited DVR.
Unlimited?
Save all your favorite shows so that you can watch them on your own schedule. Philo allows for multiple profiles, multiple streams. Everyone in the house can have their own saved shows and up to 3 multi-streams. Never fight over who gets to pick what to watch, okay? Because I'm going to win. I'm going to be watching my shows in this house.
Inevitably, I win.
We ain't going to be watching Dora. We're going to watch what I'm going to watch.
Angel watch what she want to watch. The first 10 minutes.
I watch it. Well, that's what the DVR is for.
And then I watch what I want to watch.
It's easy to use, super easy to sign up. Watch from your phone, laptop, tablet, TV with Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Now more than ever, Philo believes that great TV shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. It should be accessible to everyone. And saving money shouldn't mean giving up the shows and channels you love. Philo is for everyone.
Everyone.
So sign up today at philo.tv/argue and save, or you'll get 25% off your first 2 months. That's philo.tv/ARGUE. Check them out. Thank you, Philo. This one I was excited. I'm excited about all of our sponsors, but when Philo pulled up, I was like, listen, I know y'all. That's how I got to watch the BET Awards. Was because of them. It was like, thank you. We already got it on our Apple TV. So no, for the twins, obviously, Psy is, some of this is age, but Psy is my sensitive soul. Well, actually, both of them are.
Yeah, they sensitive in different ways.
But Psy, he's super sensitive, but also can be volatile at the same time. Like he's the one that'll come in, as y'all seen in videos, crying because Kai did something to him. And then I find out Kai did something out of reaction.
Kai was reacting to something that Sai did.
And that's sometimes
why
the
you
worst.
were gone just now. It's like 3 times he came out of that room.
Crying.
He wasn't even crying, just telling on Kai.
Yes, he's a tattletailer. He tattletales. But like, that is the worst. Like, to be the one starting the fight, but to be the one that's trying to cry and tell on somebody. Yeah. And I'm like, baby, you can't. Or if Kai is doing something that he knows is not right, he will start crying just because
Kai's doing something.
He's just
not even to him.
He's like, Mommy, Kai
is watching this show, and I don't think you want him to watch it. And he said, you're not the boss of me, and I know I'm not the boss of him, but I don't think he's supposed to watch. And I'm like, baby, why are you crying about it though? Like, what is this? What?
I remember when it happened. This I want to say it was late last year. Remember, he just went through that phase where he would just like, where he would cry, like trying to be quiet. Like he wouldn't open his mouth, but he would cry. We'd just be like, sigh, stop it.
Right.
Like whatever it is. And I can't remember. I remember it happened like the week I noticed that. I'm like, wait, he just started doing this, and it don't look like it's going away.
Yeah.
And then he stopped doing that, but the whining never stopped. The whole being extremely, it never stopped.
Right.
I don't know if it was a visit. Was it when the grandparents? I don't know what it was, but I saw what happened, and I'm like, all right, this is new because he wasn't like that before, and it's not going. He hadn't gone away yet, and it's still here.
Yeah, it is. He's very like he's the baby that I'm gonna have to worry about, like in making sure his friends are actually nice to him, because like he appreciates friendships. Like here recently, they were both the student of the day. First it was Sai, then it was Kai, because I chose the days at school. And on Kai's day, a little girl decided to make Kai something. Now, all this is virtual, so they can't actually have the thing the girl made. But the girl showed, right, the girl showed it. And when Sai saw that Kai had something made for him, Kai ended up crying because nobody... Sai ended up crying because no one made something for him when he was student of the day. And while I can understand, because he's just like, well, god dang, I was following the rules. Why did somebody make something for me? I don't want him to be, this is easier said than done, but I don't want him to be caught up in that. And he does. He's like he has a best friend. When the teacher asked, who's your best friend? He named a best friend. When the teacher asked Kai to name a best friend, he was like, I'm not sure. Like, Kai's not gone off of that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Kai's always been more independent. So, with me knowing that Sai's feelings are so much, it is tied up in his friends and tied up into, like, how people treat him, I know I'm really going to have to watch the friendships he makes to make sure he's not aligning himself with someone who's actually a jerk, but in order to remain their friend, he's just taking the mistreatment because he wants to be a friend. So, like, or either getting, because I remember I had friends like that, looking back on it, they were just jerks. But because I take my friendship seriously, I wasn't going to reciprocate that type of treatment. Like, I can't remember a time where I have just cut off someone. I should have. I should have cut off a couple of people.
Hey, see, I'm more like Kai. In school, I didn't have a whole lot of friends when I was that age. I had like a few, like 1, 2, 3, whatever. But no, if somebody wouldn't treat me right, I ain't talking to you no more. Yeah. Or end up in a fight.
Right. And
because I was quiet like it. I was still my little introverted self.
So for Sai, I just hope he gets thicker skin. And little Marcus was like that too.
Yeah,
he had friends punching him in the face at preschool. And I had to be like, Marcus, do you want me? I said, you have to stand up for yourself, or do you want me to go to this school and beat this little kid in the face? He said, yes, I want you to go to the school.
I told Marcus one time, because this little boy kept doing it. Like, Marcus would come home with marks on his face. I said, Marcus, next time this boy does something like that to you, you will not get in trouble, but you punch him square in the face 2 or 3 times if you can. Mm-hmm. Angel said,
soon as I brought him into the classroom,
little boy's daddy was standing right there, and Marcus walks over and tells him, my daddy told me to punch you in the face.
The boy walked up to him and was like, hi, Marcus. Marcus was like, hey, my daddy told me to punch you in the face. I had to pull Marcus out the classroom. I was like, see, listen, this is what daddy meant.
You ain't supposed to tell him, because he's going to have his guard up. You just do it. He put his hands on you.
Oh, my gosh. I was just like, oh, I had to talk to that mama. I said, has the teacher talked to you? Because the teachers, they're not allowed to tell you who's doing what. But I knew a little crazy child was doing it. And I had to go up to the mama. I said, yo, so the teacher's been talking to you about your child scratching up my baby's pretty face. Could you talk to him about that? please, and thank you.
Yeah, I ain't the one.
While Sai I don't think will allow anybody to put hands on him, I do believe
he's gonna tell. Like, I don't know. Ain't no telling. Because I used to have a short temper.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'll let people just put hands on him and just not say anything about it. But I think he will be easily emotionally affected by someone mistreating him instead of being like, well, you're just a jerk and I'm not going to be your friend.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, and then Kai, he's just as sensitive in just a completely different way. Like, he's sensitive when it comes to us.
Kai is awkward in a unexpected way. Like Kai's type of awkward, like, when I hug him, it's like he's just like, alright. Like hugging Kai's like hugging like a mannequin. Like, you ain't gonna give me nothing back. You're just gonna stay here still. It's definitely, he might grow up not liking physical contact like that, even though sometimes he'll just want to lay up under me. But as far as in like hugging and stuff like that, that's not really, he'd rather, if he's going to have physical contact, he'd rather it be wrestling. But really, Kai has a lot of thoughts in his head.
Yes.
And Kai doesn't have, obviously he's only 5, he doesn't have the clearest way of articulating those thoughts. So a lot of times it becomes draining just to listen to him talk, because you don't know where he's going.
You know it's something deep. Just by the way it starts, it's like, boy, you went way down that wormhole.
Right.
Like, what made you go here? But he will start in, and he reminds me of me, because I was like that as a kid. I don't know if I was the awkward, but I was always deep into thought about something. Mm-hmm. So, like, I remember my man be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, sometimes I actually wasn't, but it wasn't nothing that I knew how to explain.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And so a lot of his answers, when I'm trying to understand him, or if I want to know what he's thinking, he'll be like, I'm not sure. And I'm like, what you mean? I'm not sure. And I'm like, but Kai, you just said something. Yeah, I'm not sure. And I'm like, oh, okay. Or you'll see him trying to explain something to me, and he's leaving out way too many specific pieces for me to know what he's talking about. And when I'm like, and let me tell you, he's persistent, and he'll keep giving me the same words that are not useful. And I'll be like, Kai, I don't know what you're talking about, and I need you to give me just a break. And that's when he'll get emotional. So people not understanding him is something that will tear him up. Like, his eyes get all juicy, and I'll be like, Kai, like, I just don't understand. I'm like, can you get Marcus and ask and tell him what you're saying and see if he can explain it to me? He's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. And I'm like, oh, baby, I don't know what you're talking about. He'll be like, Mommy, you know that thing that you did yesterday? You know.
But he'll throw, both of them do that. Both of them twins do that. They'll throw a word, and I'm like, how do you know this?
Yes, they have.
Like, it had a cylindrical shape? Stop. I learned cylindrical 3 years ago.
Right, like, how? Like, what? Yeah. Well, Alana, he's been diagnosed too. He does have 3 or 2 different learning disabilities. And I'm hoping that as he gets older, he'll be able to, like, streamline
Here's
his
the thing
thoughts.
with these learning disabilities. When Angel went to this specialist and they were explaining the things, how you recognize a learning disability, I'm like, that's everybody.
What do you mean?
Like, the type of things that they said, like, are done or said, or the way you think, like the different. I'm like, I know so many people.
Well,
I think it's just the teaching disabilities that this country's off. It's like not learning disabilities.
No, what it is, when he explained it to me, it made so much sense. Because we have brilliant children. Mm-hmm. However, the way what their brilliance shows, they're not able to actually manifest it.
I get that.
That's why they call it a learning disability. And it could be truly, like you said, it could be truly the way they're being taught is not allowing them to show how they are able to be. So, like, because they do one side, That's the only reason why. This is the thing. When I got Kai tested, Kai was extremely young. The only reason why they were able to pinpoint any diagnosis is because Kai is so brilliant. So when you get down to the, okay, now let's see what he's capable of showing us, and there's a huge gap between the two of, there's this boy who you can tell is really smart. Like, he can look at stuff and see stuff that a child his age shouldn't be able to compute. But then when you show him 2 letters and he can't do that, it's not matching up. Yeah,
it's the difference in my field of work, and actually through my entire career. I've always seen those people where it's like you have the people that understand the theory but can't execute it. Yeah. And then you have the people that can execute the theory but can't understand
how the theory came about.
And it's like, it's 2 different ways of learning things. Yeah. And then you have those people that actually do both very well. But yeah, it's like, I feel like, especially in the U.S., we have more progressive schools out here in California, which is really good to see. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of black people going to those schools, but actually black people probably benefit the most from that. But you have these progressive schools that understand that there's a whole different way of teaching kids that people have no idea, or the rest of the country has no idea how to do or not willing to do it, because they're like, let's just do the traditional part. You put a kid with all this energy, you set them in a classroom and teach them for 8 hours a day, and then wonder why half of them are struggling.
As Miranda said, like Kai's drawing. So I showed people on Instagram my son's drawing. Kai drew a drawing that had perspective in it, like where you gotta think of a drawing as if someone were to take a picture, right? Or a camera lens. If I'm really close to the camera lens, my face will look bigger than the things that are behind it. Like, obviously, my face is not bigger. If you all are watching us on YouTube, there's a printer behind me. Because of the perception of the camera, my head is about 4 times as big as the printer. But that's not what it is in real life.
Yeah, he understands how to articulate depth on page, which is
amazing for a 5-year-old.
Yeah, for a 5-year-old
that has not had art class like that or anything. It's just his brain did that.
Most children's paintings or pictures, they'll have them, and then they'll have the sun, which usually takes up the little top quarter of the page, and a bird or something, and it's like all the same kind of size, to where he's like, no, there's depth perception in this drawing.
I remember in 2nd grade trying to teach Marcus that, because he would always draw his the same, where you have the line for the grass and the people walking on the grass and the clouds in the sky and the thing. And I was like, yo, why don't we draw one where you're really big in the picture, and then let's figure out what would be behind your shoulder. But that was me having to talk him through that. So to see a 5-year-old just entering kindergarten being able to do that,
I wasn't taught it.
Yeah,
he just knows it.
I'm like, yo, to me, so that's why, that's the reason why it was easier to figure out that Kai had some learning disabilities, because while he can do that, you put all the alphabet in front of him, and it's just like he's not sure which way is right, which way is left. He doesn't have that clear. So it's something that I know he will work through and hopefully won't get discouraged with, because there are things that he does really well. But before we finish out this conversation, I want to go to our last sponsor. That I definitely loved, okay, because I used them on my self-care day. And this is Barefoot Science brand, okay? Now, Barefoot is bringing together the very best of science and nature. It's the first comprehensive premium foot care company in the world. And they have spent years harnessing the most unique advanced ingredients to formulate innovative, effective products with the unique needs of every foot in mind, okay? So y'all know, I like to do a little self-care on myself. I usually do it on Thursdays. I might do it tonight since I didn't really get a chance to do it on Thursday. And one of the biggest things I like to care for, because my husband can't stand my feet, is my feet. To make them a little more presentable, a little nicer.
You can't stand your feet.
I can, to be honest.
Put that on me.
So now that I'm not out here getting a pedicure out in the regular world, I like to make sure I'm doing it here at the house.
You want me to do it?
Yes, I do.
All right.
And Barefoot, I'm telling you, if y'all watch my Instagram, there's an Instagram where my youngest was sitting in my foot water. I was using my Barefoot stuff at the time. So every single product is specifically formulated for the unique needs of your feet using the very best ingredients from science and nature. Now, trust me, barricade yourself in the bathroom for a few minutes and try out Pure Grits. Okay? It's a revitalizing Pure Grit. I know I say grits with an S. Like I'm over here eating Pure Grit. Sorry.
Quaker oat grits.
It's a revitalizing mineral scrub that is made with Icelandic volcanic sand, quartz, bentonite clay, magnolia bark extract, and avocado oil to deep cleanse, buff away dead skin and pull out all impurities. It can honestly make a 5-minute shower feel like an indulgent spa experience. It feels so amazing. Oh my gosh. Then after that, use some High Dive, okay? And that is Barefoot Scientist's Intense Hydration Cream that contains 15 of the world's most effective moisturizer, because that's what you really need. These feet be dry. You need a good moisturizer. This one's got 4 types of I can't say it. Hyaluron.
Yep.
I can't say the word. Shea butter, glycerin, ceramic ND, and podiatrist recommended. Oh, it's so many words I can't say. And healing botanicals. Y'all, it's got some good stuff in there. They also have another product called Reboot, which is an exfoliating feet peel. Then they also have Sleep On It. Now, this is where you really got to go if you want your feet to be soft in the morning. You need to moisturize. Put on a good little foot oil. They got the shea butter, the argan oil, the rose oil, the jojoba oil, and the vitamin E. And it's all in a sock. You put it on your feet at night and you wake up and you got nice feet, okay? Also, they have so many products that are great for mom and kids alike. They even have a super mom set that's great for when your kids get cuts, scrapes, or just are generally filthy, like my kids can be. Plus sets for athletes, workers who are constantly on their feet, and so much more. Plus, all Barefoot Science products are hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested, free of phthalates. All these words Angel can't say in this ad. And parabens and cruelty free. So right now our listeners can get an exclusive 20% off their first order at barefootscientist.com using code ARGUE. And shipping is always free. That's barefootscientist.com and code ARGUE. Get all of your foot care essentials right now at barefootscientist.com. Enter promo code ARGUE at checkout for 20% off for your first order and free shipping. Thank you, Barefoot Scientist. It is dope. I promise you that. It'll make you feel like you're just doing something special for yourself. And listen, Grace, wording is hard. If y'all could have seen, the one word had 4 consonants back to back. PHTH.
Yeah, I went back to
ALATES. Facilitates. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you to it. I'm going to show you. Facilitates.
See, jojoba oil. Most people
said jojoba oil,
most people can't say that.
Yeah,
you need a vowel right there.
There needs to be another. Facilitates. Facilitates.
Stop. Facilitates. Facilitates.
Phalatus.
Then you messing me up. Stop it.
I'm the one messing you up.
I said it 3 times. Facilitates.
Just because you saying
Facilitates.
Just because you're saying it confidently doesn't mean that you're right.
It's facilitates.
So yeah, we do need Maya. We need Maya in here from Wording is Hard to tell us what it is. So what do you wish for this biggin in my lap?
This boy,
I hope he gets good parents when we die.
Yeah.
No. I mean, he's getting raised so differently than our other kids.
He is. Y'all, he's a lot to deal with at this point in time.
He is.
He's got a lot more energy than all the others had. He gets into a lot more. Even with the twins, he gets into so much more than them. He climbs everything. I walked. He'll be sitting on the kitchen table. He tried to climb the back door, the sliding glass door. He was trying to put his feet up and climb because it's got the little rails in it, in between the panes. And he was trying to climb those. I'm like, why would you try to do that?
It is the worst. Okay, and
if it was the twins, I would get it. Like, of course, y'all trying to climb and jump off everything.
And we don't spank our kids as much as we used to. I think because we're tired. So like him and us saying,
he's not old enough yet.
Oh yes, he is.
Yeah, I have tagged him a couple times from trying to. I try to keep him from climbing up on something, and he'll keep trying to go. And that's why I'm like, stop him, or stop him. I give him a little tag on the leg because some of the stuff that he's on, I'm like, if you fall off of this and hit the wrong corner, once you get out of the hospital, I'm gonna beat you.
What's crazy? What's crazy is he understands the word no.
Yeah.
And he also understands that he has a choice in whether or not he regards that no. And that is something that our kids did not do until they were 2 going into 3.
Yeah.
Like that oppositional behavior, understanding that there is a honest to God choice that I can make in this.
Yeah.
Like our kids before didn't know they had a choice. They thought once we said no, that was the end.
Word is bond.
Yeah, that was the end of their choice. Amar is like, heard you say no.
I'm going to continue to do this.
Because I know the only way you can actually stop me from doing this is if you come over here and physically stop me from doing this. And I know you're tired because I see it in your face. And you'd rather me just figure it out on my own. So that is like, I don't know how that's, it's going to be.
No, I was going to say the other thing is his, the loud squealing cry that he does when he doesn't get his way. And it could be something very small.
Right.
Like, he don't feel like walking across the floor. He's going to yell and scream about it.
Yeah.
While he walks across the floor.
Yes.
So now I'm yelling back at him because he knows that's what he's doing and he knows I don't like it. Because when I yell at him, he stops and looks at me and he rolls his eyes.
Yes.
And that's when I just start cussing him smooth out in my mind.
So it's like, I know it's going to be a great help and a great disaster for him. It's going to be a great help because he already is in that place of questioning authority. Yeah. Which is something that I know we don't typically encourage as black people. 1, because we want to keep our kids alive. And 2, we want them to respect elders. But I will say the questioning of authority. Oh, we found out the word was phthalates. The PH was silent. Didn't know that.
Phthalates.
That sounds right though. Phthalates sounds like something I've heard.
Yeah.
But we do understand that
got these scholars up in the building.
If we look at kids of other races that have been successful, especially white children, while we might not like the way they've set up respect in some white cultures, what I will say is that the one thing they have gained is that their children, by questioning authority, they're able to reimagine what people try to say reality is. Like if someone says to me, oh no, you can't do that, I will typically just agree with it, especially if it's authority. If they say, oh, you can't do that, I take that as reality, as fact. Where a lot of white children, because of how they were raised, will be like, why?
Yeah. Well, now you not now as an adult, but you think that, you know, as a child coming up.
I feel like, what you mean? I think that. Explain.
No, I was going to say now you will question any type of authority that's thrown at you, but coming up as a child,
yes,
you didn't. But you know, had you known then and you know now, it'd be in a completely different space.
It took me well into adulthood to realize I have got to start questioning.
Oh yeah, I didn't start till I moved to California.
Right, and I'm just like I said, I already natural, real. I said that already, that I know we don't have our children question authority in general, us, anybody else, because we want them to live. However, that also stunts some of the success that they could have by not accepting what someone else is trying to force as reality on them. So while it could be a detriment to him because he's a black boy, meaning that, you know, the powers that be might try to force him back some more. But I do not want to fully operate out of raising him just out of fear.
Well, I think one thing that'll help our children is because they see us quite like it doesn't matter who tells us anything. We're gonna have to get it. We're gonna have to prove it to ourselves before somebody tells us and it's proven to us. Mm-hmm. Like we will question any type of authority or anything that's thrown at us. It's like, wait, oh, you can't do that. Why not? Mm-hmm. Well, this hasn't been done. That don't mean I can't do it.
Right. The why. Yeah. I think sometimes, especially like I said in Black culture, the why adults have never felt was a necessity to give. My word is the law, point blank, period.
Right.
And that is something that has been handed down to us, right? Of just, because I said so. That is our phrase. Yeah. Because I said so.
You don't question me, you question everything else.
Right. Where the why...
That's in Proverbs.
The why is important.
Yeah.
The why is important. And it's important because the why might bring him to a different conclusion.
Yeah.
If I say, oh, no, you can't do this thing because it's too risky. Oh, but that doesn't mean that the risk is too great for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it's going to be difficult trying to toe the line with him because I don't want him coming up in here questioning me left or right. Because I got too many boys that be questioning me, and I'm not trying to have them be disrespectful.
No, I think we'll be able to have them on their level when they're the age that they need to start questioning things outside of us, like. Because us is all right. It's most likely if it's dealing with us, and if there's a why there, it's like, no, this is gonna be this is healthier or safer for you to do. Mm-hmm. There ain't no question in this. But when you go out into the world,
right,
that why should always be the follow up.
Yeah. So I want for him to still have that spirit of I always have an option. I want him to have that spirit in him. But at the same time, I want to beat it out of them because it'll make my life easier. But at the end of the day, that is what they did to Black folk. Yeah. They took that spirit, they beat the spirit up out of us so that we could be compliant.
Right.
So I like a little bit of his uncompliant spirit. I like that he goes after what he sees, but it wears me down as his mother. And I'm like, boy, I'm tired of chasing you. But yeah, that's what I wish for this baby. I do. This sleepy baby. I also wish that he'd get up off of my nipple. I want to be done breastfeeding, and he's not having it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kennel train him. This boy.
Well, you guys, you made it through the awkward podcast. Yeah. I might title it that. This got real awkward.
Not for us.
Awkward podcast.
It was awkward for who was it? Nicole?
No, it was Natasha. Bless her heart. You know, sometimes it's hard walking into the room when you don't know that that's what's about to happen.
You should just got your popcorn like, what they gonna go through next? They gonna swing at each other?
Would they? Oh, this is over.
Girl, you need to join this Patreon.
But we finally got there. Sometimes it does. Listen, it's just the real. We don't have producers. I am the producer.
Angel does everything, y'all. She does.
And if we ain't together, and that's also what's crazy is that, you know, because we're married and because a lot of our topic of conversation are close to the chest, it's not like me and Kev's podcast where we're talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, Angel and Kev didn't see each other before that podcast.
Right.
We've been around each other all day.
and we're talking about stuff that we're going through. This is not we're not talking about third party people. We're talking about what's happening in our life or something that is directly related to our life. Mm-hmm. So if we just not in the right brain space, I apologize.
Yeah.
But y'all just gonna have to be in it with us. I'm so sorry.
Y'all said every week, this is what y'all getting.
But I hope that, listen, this is the silver lining. I hope that if you're ever in a relationship and that if you're ever married or even in a friendship, that it's okay to have those moments.
Yeah.
Because you're not always going to be in sync. Right. And that sometimes it takes just pushing through it to finally get both of you all traveling down the same track.
Recently, literally, that was said on Black Love. We're on there. It's just like this one of the things that needs to be normalized. Is like disagreeing. Now you do have people on there that'll comment and say, "Well, I've been married for 58 years and we have never argued." I'm like, okay, if that's what you think.
That's what you think.
You know, if that's what you want to put out there. Not say it's not impossible, but
I think it's impossible.
That is like to err is to be human.
Right.
And it's like, y'all ain't never argued? No, I think one of y'all is just a pushover.
Then, if y'all ain't argued, the person that's having the argument in their head, they're not allowing you in on it.
Exactly. But no, that's one of the things that needs to be normalized. Like, it's okay to disagree. When you're going through the disagreement, don't be like, oh, this is it. I don't know if I can. No, this is normal. This is what happens.
So, you guys, the technical difficulties said, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's add some flavor to this.
Yeah, Lumix said, stop. I'm going to sleep.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to our podcast. Is this going to cause an argument? You can follow me at ThatChickAngel across all platforms. You can follow Marcus at
Marcus Ain't on the Gram, or Marcus Ain't on the Book.
And you can get his beard and body butter that's all natural.
All natural.
Called Manshit. MANSHYT.
You can go to manshit.com.
And you can get you some.
SHYT.com. Check that out. 100% all natural.
Again, a special thank you to our Patreon that has been watching us struggle on the struggle bus to do this awkward podcast, and then technical difficulties. And then me reading.
Was Sunday.
Listen, just me reading some of the ads was awkward. But I want to give.
They threw some words at you that had numbers in them.
Phthalates. I know that now. Or phthalates. I want to give a special shout out to Hydrant, Philo, and Barefoot Scientist. I almost messed that up. Barefoot Scientist. We thank you all for sponsoring this podcast.
Absolutely, we appreciate it.
So we will see you beautiful people, or listen to you, or whatever you want to call it, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Alright, talk to y'all later.
Yeah, have a good one, family.
Bye.
That chick angel.